Good morning, everybody. We'll start with 9-round breathing. So if you want to get yourself into a good meditation posture. So we start by calming the mind. And so we'll just focus our attention on the breathing. You can use the technique of counting the breaths to settle the mind and bring it to a state of deeper focus and concentration, or just watch the breath. Either way is fine, but take a moment and just stabilize. And not altering the breath or changing the breath in any way. Just observe it, counting it if it helps you focus. Just be present with it. And bring in your motivation. Create an altruistic motivation. Think that you're meditating not just for your own individual benefit, but you are taking the time now to meditate and develop your mind, to become a wiser and kinder person, able to benefit all beings. And refuge in bodhicitta. Let all those ideas connect. And now begin by visualizing the 3 psychic channels or tubes within their body through which the wind energy moves. The channels are round and hollow, the size of a straw, and very fine, smooth, flexible, and luminous. The central channel is blue. It starts at a point midway between the eyebrows, curving up and back along the inside of the skull, like the handle of an umbrella. Then down along the inside of the spine to a point 4 finger widths below the navel. The right channel is red and runs from the right nostril back and then downward along the right side of the central channel to end at the point 4 finger widths below the navel. The left channel is white and also runs from the left nostril along the left side of the spine. Also ends 4 finger widths below the navel. For this meditation, imagine that the ends of the 3 channels join together at this point. Focus for a moment on the visualization, stabilizing that. And then for the first rounds, breathe in through your right channel and out through the left. So you'll hold the left nostril closed with an index finger. Inhale slowly and fully through the right nostril. Imagine that you're sending the breath all the way down to the end of the right channel. Imagine that the breath flows from the right into the left as you move your index finger to hold the right nostril closed. Now exhale slowly and fully through the left nostril. As the breath leaves the left nostril, imagine that all impurities like distraction and mental dullness are expelled with the breath. Do this 3 times at your own speed. And switch. Breathe in through your left channel and out the right, holding the right nostril closed with your index finger. Breathe in deeply through the left nostril, sending the breath all the way down to the end of the left channel. As the breath moves into the right channel, move your index finger to hold the left nostril closed. Exhale slowly and fully through the right nostril. As breath leaves the right nostril, imagine all impurities are expelled with the breath. 3 times at your own speed. And now inhale slowly and deeply through both nostrils, sending the air down through the right and left channels. As you exhale, imagine the breath is expelled up and out through the central channel. As you breathe out, imagine that you're expelling all impurities through the point between the two brows. So even though no air exits there, imagine that it does. And with that, you imagine that the three channels are completely clean and luminous. 3 times at your own speed. And when you finish, just rest in clarity. And relax your attention. Okay. So now we'll do prostrations. And so get yourself up and ready for that. And if you're feeling unwell or your knees don't cooperate, make sure you at least just put your 2 palms together and say aloud as best as you can.
Establish the visualization in the space in front. Connect with the presence of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas being present. In particular, the 35 Buddhas of confession. Connect with refuge. Connect with regret. And begin with the multiplying mantras. Om Namo Manjula Shriye Namo Su Shriye Namo Tamo Shriye Soha. Om Namo Manjula Shriye Namo Su Shriye Namo Tamo Shriye Soha. Om Namo Manjula Shriye Namo Su Shriye Namo Tamo Shriye Soha. O Cham Din Day Dejin Je Padra Jampayan Dapa Sope Sange Rinchin Getsola Chatsalo Cham Din Day Dejin Je Padra Jampayan Dapa Sope Sange Rinchin Getsola Chatsalo Cham Din Day Dejin Je Padra Jampayan Dapa Sope Sange Rinchin Getsola Chatsalo Om Namo Bhagavate Renuketu Ratsaya Tathagata Ahati Samyak Sambuddhaya Jayata Om Ratne Ratne Maharatne Ratnam Vidzeye Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Renuketu Ratsaya Tathagata Ahati Samyak Sambuddhaya Jayata Om Ratne Ratne Maharatne Ratnam Vidzeye Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Renuketu Ratsaya Tathagata Ahati Samyak Sambuddhaya
Om Buddhaya Dayata Om Ratne Ratne Ma Ratne Ratna Vizaye Soham. Homage to the confession of a Bodhisattva's downfalls. I, throughout all times, take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I, throughout all times, take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I, throughout all times, take refuge in the Guru, I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the Guru, Teacher, Bhagawan, Tathagata, Arhat, Perfectly Complete Buddha, Glorious Conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. To Guru, Teacher, Bhagawan, Tathagata, Arhat, Perfectly Complete Buddha, Glorious Conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. To Guru, Teacher, Bhagawan, Tathagata, Arhat, Perfectly Complete Buddha, Glorious Conqueror, Shakyamuni Buddha, I prostrate. To Tathagata, thoroughly destroying the Vajra essence, I prostrate. To Tathagata, thoroughly destroying with Vajra essence, I prostrate. To Tathagata, thoroughly destroying with Vajra essence, I prostrate. To Tathagata, radiant jewel, I prostrate. To Tathagata, radiant jewel, I prostrate. To Tathagata, radiant jewel, I prostrate. To Tathagata, King Lord of the Nagas, I prostrate. To Tathagata, King Lord of the Nagas, I prostrate. To Tathagata, King Lord of the Nagas, I prostrate. To Tathagata, army of heroes, I prostrate. To Tathagata, army of heroes, I prostrate. To Tathagata, army of heroes, I prostrate. To Tathagata, delighted hero, I prostrate. To Tathagata, delighted hero, I prostrate. To Tathagata, delighted hero, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel fire, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel fire, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel fire, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel moonlight, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel moonlight, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel moonlight, I prostrate. To Tathagata, meaningful to see, I prostrate. To Tathagata, meaningful to see, I prostrate. To Tathagata, meaningful to see, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel moon, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel moon, I prostrate. To Tathagata, jewel moon, I prostrate. To Tathagata, stainless one, I prostrate. To Tathagata, stainless one, I prostrate. To Tathagata, stainless one, I prostrate. To Tathagata, bestow with courage, I prostrate. To Tathagata, bestow with courage, I prostrate. To Tathagata, bestow with courage, I prostrate. To Tathagata, pure one, I prostrate. To Tathagata, pure one, I prostrate. To Tathagata, pure one, I prostrate. To Tathagata, bestowed with purity, I prostrate. To Tathagata, bestowed with purity, I prostrate. To Tathagata, bestowed with purity, I prostrate. To Tathagata, water god, I prostrate. To Tathagata, water god, I prostrate. To Tathagata, water god, I prostrate. To Tathagata, deity of the water god, I prostrate. To Tathagata, deity of the water god, I prostrate. To Tathagata, deity of the water god, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious goodness, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious goodness, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious goodness, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious sandalwood, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious sandalwood, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious sandalwood, I prostrate. To Tathagata, infinite splendor, I prostrate. To Tathagata, infinite splendor, I prostrate. To Tathagata, infinite splendor, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious light, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious light, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious light, I prostrate. To Tathagata, sorrowless glory, I prostrate. To Tathagata, sorrowless glory, I prostrate. To Tathagata, sorrowless glory, I prostrate. To Tathagata, son of non-craving, I prostrate. To Tathagata, son of non-craving, I prostrate. To Tathagata, son of non-craving, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious flower, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious flower, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious flower, I prostrate. To Tathagata, pure light rays, clearly knowing by play, I prostrate. To Tathagata, pure light rays, clearly knowing by play, I prostrate. To Tathagata, pure light rays, clearly knowing by play, I prostrate. To Tathagata, lotus light rays, clearly knowing by play, I prostrate. To Tathagata, lotus light rays, clearly knowing by play, I prostrate. To Tathagata, lotus light rays, clearly knowing by play, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious wealth, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious wealth, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious wealth, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious mindfulness, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious mindfulness, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious mindfulness, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious name, widely renowned, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious name, widely renowned, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious name, widely renowned, I prostrate. To Tathagata, king holding the victory banner of foremost power, I prostrate. To Tathagata, king holding the victory banner of foremost power, I prostrate. To Tathagata, king holding the victory banner of foremost power, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious one, totally subduing, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious one, totally subduing, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious one, totally subduing, I prostrate. To Tathagata, utterly victorious in battle, I prostrate. To Tathagata, utterly victorious in battle, I prostrate. To Tathagata, utterly victorious in battle, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious transcendence through subduing, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious transcendence through subduing, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious transcendence through subduing, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious manifestations illuminating all, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious manifestations illuminating all, I prostrate. To Tathagata, glorious manifestations illuminating all, I prostrate. Tathagata all subduing jewel lotus I prostrate. Tathagata all subduing jewel lotus I prostrate. Tathagata all subduing jewel lotus I prostrate. Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, King Lord of the Mountains, firmly seated on a jewel and lotus I prostrate. Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, King of the Lord of Mountains, firmly seated on a jewel and lotus I prostrate. Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, King of the Lord of Mountains, firmly seated on a jewel and lotus I prostrate. The Seven Medicine Buddhas. To Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, renowned glorious King of excellent science, I prostrate. To Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, I prostrate. To Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly completed Buddha, stainless excellent gold, illuminating jewel who accomplishes all conduct, I prostrate. To Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, glorious supreme one, free from sorrow, I prostrate. To Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, I prostrate. To Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, King clearly knowing by the play of supreme wisdom of an ocean of Dharma, I prostrate. To Bhagawan Tathagata Arhat, perfectly complete Buddha, medicine guru, King of sapphire light, I prostrate. All you 35 Buddhas, 7 medicine Buddhas, and the others, as many Tathagata Arhat, perfectly completed Buddha Bhagawans, as there are abiding, living, and residing in all the world systems of the 10 directions, all you Buddha Bhagawans, please pay attention to me. In this life and in all the states of rebirth in which I have circled in samsara from beginningless lives, whatever negative actions I have created, made others create, or rejoice in the creation of, whatever possessions of stupas, possessions of the Sangha, or possessions of the Sangha of the 10 directions that I have appropriated, made others appropriate, or rejoice in the appropriation of, whichever among the 5 heavy negative karmas without break I have done, caused to be done, or rejoiced in the doing of, whichever the 10 non-virtuous paths of action I have engaged in, caused others to engage in, or rejoiced in the engaging of, whatever I have done being obscured by these karmas causes me to be born as a sentient being in the hell realm, in the animal realm, or in the predator realm, in an irreligious country, as a barbarian, or as a long-life god, with imperfect faculties, holding wrong views, or not being pleased with the Buddha's descent. In the presence of the Buddha Bhagawans, who are transcendental wisdom, who are eyes, who are witnesses, who are valid, and who see with omniscient consciousness, I admit and confess all these negative actions. I do not conceal them nor hide them, and from now on in the future I'll abstain, refrain from committing them again. All Buddha Bhagawans, please pay attention to me. In this life and all other states of rebirth in which I have circled in samsara from beginningless lives, whatever roots of virtue I have created by generosity, even as little as giving just one mouthful of food to a being born in the animal realm, whatever roots of virtue I have created by guarding morality, whatever roots of virtue I have created by following pure conduct, whatever roots of virtue I have created by fully ripening sentient beings, whatever roots of virtue I have created by generating bodhicitta, and whatever roots of virtue I have created by my unsurpassed transcendental wisdom, all these assembled and gathered, then combined together, I fully dedicate to the unsurpassed, the unexcelled, that higher than the high, that superior to the superior. Thus I completely dedicate to the highest, perfectly complete enlightenment. Just as the past Buddha Bhagawans have fully dedicated, just as the future Buddha Bhagawans will fully dedicate, and just as the presently abiding Buddha Bhagawans are fully dedicating, like that I too dedicate fully. I confess all negative actions individually, I rejoice in all merits. I urge and request all Buddhas, may I achieve the supreme, holy, peerless, transcendental wisdom. To the conquerors, the best of humans, who are living in the present time, who have lived in the past, and who will likewise come, all those whose qualities are as vast as an infinite ocean, with hands folded, I approach for refuge.
The General Confession.
La, woe is me. Great Guru Vajradhara, all other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who abide in the 10 directions, and all the Venerable Sangha, please pay attention to me. I, who am named, circling in cyclic existence from beginningless time until the present, overpowered by delusions such as attachment, hatred, and ignorance, by means of my body, speech, and mind, have committed the 10 non-virtuous actions, committed the 5 heavy negative karmas without break, and committed the 5 nearing heavy negative karmas without break. I have transgressed the vows of individual liberation, transgressed the vows of bodhisattvas, and transgressed the samaya of secret mantra. I have been disrespectful to my parents, disrespectful to my Vajra masters and my abbot, and disrespectful to my spiritual friends living in ordination. I've committed actions harmful to the three rare sublime ones, abandoned the holy Dharma, criticized the Arya Sangha, harmed sentient beings, and so on. These and many other non-virtuous negative actions I have done, have caused others to do, have rejoiced in others doing, and so forth. In the presence of the great Guru Vajradhara, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who abide in the 10 directions, and the Venerable Sangha, I admit this entire collection of faults and transgressions that are obstacles to my own higher rebirth and liberation, and causes of cyclic existence in the lower realms. I do not conceal them, and I accept them as negative. I promise to refrain from doing these actions again in the future. By confessing and acknowledging them, I will attain and abide in happiness, while by not confessing and acknowledging them, true happiness will not come. Through the force of reciting the names of the 35 confession Buddhas and the medicine Buddhas, through the power of their pure prayers and vows, through the power of your regret and the other opponent forces, and through the power of your having done these prostrations, nectar and light rays descend from the holy bodies of the Buddhas. All the negative karmas, defilements, and imprints collected on your mental continuum from beginningless time are completely purified. Generate strong faith that your mind has become completely pure.
The Buddhas then dissolve into one another. The medicine Buddhas up into the karma family, into the lotus family, into the jewel family, into the Buddha family, the Vajra family, into Shakyamuni Buddha, into you. And dedicate for complete enlightenment, remembering the emptiness of the three spheres: agent, action, object.
So have a good breakfast, and I'll see you in the next session.